Everybody telling you sampling is complicated is lying. Let me explain. I can show you how to get from this to this. After this video you should exactly know what steps to take to make samples for Metro Boomin. But why listen to me? For 4 years I struggled to make beats. I watched tutorials, was trash at using, basically I didn't know what I was doing, but with trial and error I got to a point where I'm confident in my craft. If you're also just a beginner who just started out making beats, you want to get good results faster than I did it, click the link down below and I will personally help you achieve that goal in just a month. I hope you enjoy the cookup. Let's go. Step 1. Actually finding the sample. To find samples from Metro Boomin is actually easy. You go onto YouTube, you type in vintage samples, vocals, and there should be like different playlists of old samples. You search it up, then there are some playlists. I click for example on this. Then you need to find a sample where are like vocals in it. The best example is like a soulful song. For this example I found this song called Terzo Mondo. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but I'm using the sample. You go over to NoTube MP3 converter. You copy the link, paste it in here. For example, I copy it, paste it here. After it's converted, you can download the loop. It's downloading. After you downloaded the track, you drag it into your software in FL Studio, and there you have it. This is the full song, and it sounds like this. Yeah, it's sounding nice. Now is the question how you flip the sample to a full beat. Now step 2. You need to find a section that you can loop over and over again, like that repeats over and over again. In Metro Boomin beats he always like there's a vocal in it, so I'm searching for a vocal. I found this part. This doesn't need to loop perfectly, but you should like hear the repetitiveness. After you mark the loop, you go to this cutting tool over here. Then you zoom in, cut the beginning and the ending. Now you can go back to the pencil tool and get this loop out. Now you have this loop. Now what you need to do is go to the mixer channel over here, click on the master channel. You click on the free slot in the master channel and search up Edison, the plugin Edison. Click on this and now you need to record the loop in this plugin. How you can do that? You need to click on the record button over here. Now it says recording. That means you can play the loop. And you see it's recording. You can stop this. After you recorded your part, you see it's all red. You zoom in with your mouse, click on the beginning again, zoom out, and now where the loop ends, with the red marker you get to the point where the loop ends. Because you see the wave file is repeating again. Get one part out. Then you go to this button over here on the top right, hold with the left click and drag it back into the arrangement screen. A nice trick that you can do is, if you have the newest version of FL Studio, on the left up, click on this button, you can stretch the wave file. What does it mean? It means you can make it longer. When you have this file, when you go over your mouse like this, till you see this mouse icon, press it and hold it, then you can easily stretch it like that. Now it has a very different tone. Or you can make it faster if you stretch it to the other side. But we need to be on time. It means so when the drums play under the loop, they are timed well. If you want the loop being on time, you need to scratch it. You see like there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like the bars. If you have the loop and it loops perfectly, you can scratch it till 3 and now it's basically on time. It's not perfect, but it should do the job. For this example, I want you can also, to manipulate the sample, click on this button, go on channel settings, and you can make the tone of the loop lower or higher. For that you need to go to the pitch section. You see this knob, you can make it on the left, it gets darker, on the right it gets higher. So I make it on the right a little bit more. You see, I can get like a lot darker, but I want it to be like on this level. I think that's enough. Yeah, and that's an example how you can manipulate a sample for a beat. Now you can copy it all over again. Next step is mixing. With the mixing, I think the easiest part, like it depends what you want to make, what your goal sample is, but if you want just make a nice sounding beat, you put an equalizer to cut out the low frequencies. For that you use the plugin Parametric EQ2. You go to the mixer channel, click on this. This is the Parametric EQ2. Now you want to make a low cut. How to make a low cut? You go to this knob, to the purple one, go to this section, scroll down till you get this curve. After you made this curve, go to this point. Like this curve is basically what a low cut is, cutting out the low areas. Now you go to you see the black dot. You also go over that, scroll that down till you get 4 dots. Now you have this is like a basic low cut. Now you can move it like that. For this example, I'm gonna make it 200. Cut out the lows till 100 hertz. Also cut out some mid areas. You can make this curve cut out a little bit, or you can, if you scroll up, and make the curve a little bit brighter. You can boost frequencies or cut out frequencies. I cut out some low mids. For this you need a little bit of ear training, but just like repetition, then you get kind of a feeling for on which areas you need to delete something. I think that's enough. Now the reverb. Reverb is important to give the loop more space and more depth. We're gonna use the fruity reverb. It looks like this. You have there are some different things that you can adjust, but the important ones for now is the size, the wet and the dry. Wet means the reverb gets more bigger. When I put this up like this, you can hear like instantly the difference. There you also need some practice where it sounds the best. I think this like good. And the size you can adjust how bright the sounding. I'm gonna make it like this. I think that's good enough. And this is what the loop would sound like with some drums. Yeah, I hope you learned something from this. If you have like some questions about that, leave some comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next. Bye.